Hi, welcome along to another video. Today we're going to be talking about event objectives. Now, setting event objectives is a really key important part of any event manager's job or event planner's job, or indeed just any event in general. If we don't set ourselves measurable event objectives, then it's very difficult after the event to understand if it was a success or not. Hi, my name is Mark Norman, and if you're new to the channel, this is where we talk about everything to do with business, events and strategy. Please consider liking this video and please consider subscribing. It really kind of helps us reach out to new people. The first thing I want you to think about as far as event objectives goes, to think about your event purpose. So think about the headlines. Why are you running this event? Think about who's coming. Think about why they're coming. Okay, think about looking what they're trying to get. What are the people that are coming trying to get out of the event? Now this works for any different type of event, be it a business event, a music festival, or a wedding even. So if you think about what is the event's purpose overall, then we can start breaking that down into specific aims and specific objectives. So an example of event purpose might be to raise money for your charity, or to get married, or to entertain people at a music festival. You know, these are kind of headline kind of reasons that people will go to the event. But now let's talk about aims. And how do we break down that purpose into very specific aims? Now, aims can be anything really to do with the event. Now you could, and I often kind of think about it this way, put them into specific kind of departments, if you want to call it that. So departments of the event. So we might have aims for the marketing team. We might have aims for the production team. Or we might have aims for the event experience people. And so by breaking down the event into these areas allows us to set specific aims for each of those different areas. Now that we've decided on some broader aims for our event, we can start to think about specific objectives. So specific objectives would be trying to work out things like how many followers we want to increase on our Instagram feed, or how many tickets we want to sell using Facebook adverts, or how many conversions we want to get from a particular website advert. And so it's kind of like breaking it down to much more of a granular level. And the most important thing about objectives at this level is to make sure they are smart. Now, objectives that are smart have elements within them that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time bound. Now all of those 5 elements should be encapsulated into one phrase or sentence. Okay, you should not break down, I've seen this done before, you should not break down and write something for each of those 5. It should be in one kind of coherent sentence that's very easy to understand. And I'm going to show you a short example of how I would go about setting a SMART objective. Okay, so let's look at this first example, and I've got an imaginary festival, family festival here called Family Fest. Now you can see from this where I've put increasing ticket sales for Family Fest. Now, is that SMART objective? It's not particularly specific or measurable, so ultimately we need to do something with this in order to improve it. So let's be more specific and let's add the element of families. So we are looking to increase ticket sales to families for Family Fest. Fairly obvious, but we're getting to be more specific at this point. But we can add further elements to this to think about how could we be more measurable. So perhaps we could say increasing ticket sales to families for Family Fest by 90%. Again, we're starting to put numbers into this objective now, which means we can measure it in some way, I guess. But again, at the moment, there are still problems here. Okay, so we need to think about, could we make this more achievable? So we add another element, and the element is that we will use highly targeted Facebook adverts in order to get this 90% increase of families to Family Fest. Now, we are sort of now very measurable. We can measure that, and we know it's very specific. We are targeting in on a very particular audience avatar, and we're also being very specific about how we're looking to achieve the objective through Facebook adverts. But perhaps 90% is quite a lot, and we want to maybe reduce that down to 10% to be a little bit more realistic. So we reduce the 90% to 10%. And that then makes the objective a little bit more realistic. Now we have increased ticket sales to families for Family Fest by 10% through the use of highly targeted Facebook ads. But there's still one more problem with this. We don't have any kind of time reference for when we want to achieve this objective. So let's look to add a time-bound component to our SMART objective. So here we are, increasing ticket sales to families from Family Fest by 10% through the use of highly targeted Facebook ads between January and June this year. Now, that is a very good SMART objectives because we can know afterwards we'll be able to measure very specifically whether or not we've achieved that objective. So that's a very, very quick overview of how you write event objectives. Now, I hope that's been useful. As I said in the start of the video, please do like and subscribe to the video. I hope this video has been useful to you. If it has, remember, like the video and subscribe to the channel. There are plenty more videos coming your way around event strategy and business and entrepreneurship. Now, if this video was useful, I highly suggest you watch one of my other videos, which is how to plan an event, which I'll put right here straight after this video so you can follow that link and check that out, and I'll see you later.